Well, good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the Griffin Center Arena. Getting set here for game 2 this evening. 6:30 matchup is between Blade Watch and That 70 Shot. I'll bring you into the rink, and you can see that the Zamboni is still going around. This is the third game of the evening. Games play at 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30 here on each evening. It is back-to-back games, Saturday and Sunday. And my name is Cheryl Gilroy. Welcome back in here for game number 2 here of the live stream this evening. First game that I covered was a 2-1 victory, Schatz Creek over Sticks in the City. That was quite fun. And we'll get set here for game number 2. And what we'll do, we'll bring you up to date on what happened last week with the scores. Selling slap shots and one ring kill skated to a 1-1 tie. Schatz Creek and Blade Watch skated to a 2-2 tie. Puck Dynasty 5-1 over Jurassic Puck. Stranger Rinks 2-0 over That 70 Shot. And Sticks in the City 2-1 over Game of Zones. That will leave us with the current standings. Blade Watch still sitting in front, tied with one ring kill and selling slap shots. Puck Dynasty and Sticks in the City are tied after that with 4 points. Stranger Rinks with 3. That 70 Shot and Schatz Creek tied with 2 points each. And in the bottom, Game of Zones and Jurassic Puck. We do have our players to watch for this game. First up, we're going to talk about number 1, Henley Parfek from That 70 Shot. Henley Parfek won the Most Valuable Goalie Award last summer. She had one of the best goals against averages and has a very positive attitude. Wonderful leader. This is her third season, with the GWSHL. And at home, she boasts a large collection of taxidermy. Her favorite items are 2 full-size goats. Well, that's interesting. Our player to watch for Blade Watch is Andrea Kretz, number 17. She played ringette in her youth and switched to hockey at the age of 16. And at York University, she joined the women's varsity hockey team, where she was also the team's captain. She played in the National Women's Hockey League for the Telus Lightning for a season and then went to Australia for Teachers College. She continued to play in the town of Penrith and for the state of New South Wales. When Andrea returned to Canada, she played in the Canadian National Hockey League for the Burlington Barracudas. I do recognize that name. She also plays ball hockey and has gone to nationals twice, winning a gold and a silver. For the last 19 years, she has been working as a special education teacher. She also enjoys going to the cottage and traveling with her son. So those will be the 2 players that we will watch for this game as the players do take to the ice. That 70 Shot will be skating in that baby blue, and Blade Watch, of course, will be skating in pink. 3-minute warm-up here has commenced, and then we'll get set for period number 1. Here goes the clock. I will remind you that I do have 2 games coming up tomorrow. The 4:30 game is between Stranger Rinks and Puck Dynasty. And the 6:30 game is Sticks in the City and Jurassic Puck. So I hope you can tune in again tomorrow evening for those 2 games. 2.5 minutes here remaining in warm-up, and we'll get set for period number 1. Once again, my name is Cheryl Gilroy. Thank you so much for joining the live streams, and thank you so much for all the support. I mentioned in my first live stream here about an hour ago that I did pass the 100 subscriber level, which is awesome, on my YouTube channel, and I do thank you for all of the support in that area. I'm going to continue to develop this production as we go through the summer, adding new things as we go. This week it was the player profiles, and I've added an extra end credit, also giving props to our sponsors as well, and I will continue to add new things as we go through the season. So again, thank you so much to Mary Sefton for letting me play. You guys like to play hockey? I like to play with my graphics and my play-by-play calling. So I love the opportunity to do this. So thank you so much, everybody out there who's commented, to stop and say thank you, and give me any comments on the YouTube channel. It's awesome. 90 seconds remaining. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. In net this evening for Blade Watch is number 1, June McCormick. Again, Blade Watch undefeated at the top of the standings. For that 70s shot, our player to watch, number 1, Henley Parfait. Love it, pink and blue. All right, 35 seconds here and I'll get my clock set up for first period. It's a rainy day outside, so I hope that you, if you're watching at home or rewatching it at home, you've got a nice warm beverage with you, cozied up on the couch to watch. And thanks for coming along on the ride this evening between Blade Watch and that 70 shot. Incidentally, it was interesting. I had a meme come across, or a preview come across for a new, an improved version of Baywatch with a grown-up Hobie. I'm looking forward to seeing that. That should be fun. I think that premieres next January. Kind of off topic there, but I thought I'd kind of stick that one in there. I did watch the original Baywatch when it was on TV for the first time. Yes, I am that old, with David Hasselhoff. But Hobie is actually David Hasselhoff's character's son, and he's all grown up and played by Stephen Amell, who is the lead guy off of Arrow, if you're familiar with that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I know, completely off topic of hockey here and the GWSHL, but I thought maybe I'd stick that in because of Blade Watch. All right, we're just having our powwows here at the bench. And then we'll get set for puck drop. Once again, starting goaltenders for Blade Watch, June McCormick. And for that 70 shot, Henley Parfait. And let's keep an eye on our players to watch. Andrea Kretz in pink. And of course, our goaltender, Henley Parfait in blue. McCormick heading to her cage, and looks like Parfait is already there. Brittany Henry is going to take the face off for that 70 shot. Looks like versus the other 7, Sheila Keane for Blade Watch. We are set to go. We got one red jersey out there. That's McAllister helping out, as Blade Watch is a little bit short-handed this evening. We have one red jersey mixed in with the pink and the blue. Blade Watch coming down the near side. That's Andrea Kretz and a shot in. That's steered aside easy enough by Parfait to the far side corner. Another shot towards the net. Picked up by Taylor Skelton. Taylor Skelton is the lady in red, excuse me, not McAllister. Nicole Clark getting it out to the blue line. That 70 shot will get it into the neutral zone and try to work their way towards the other side of the rink. They'll fight for it here in the neutral zone, coming back into that 70 shot end and picked up by the defense. They'll get it out, but right on to Heather Deering's stick, and she'll put it back in play for that 70 shot. Offside, Nicole Clark will have an opportunity to clear it out there for that 70 shot. She'll come down the far side, cross the blue line and cut to the middle. Trying to get a shot in. Pushed off the puck by Andrea Kretz. Right out in front, landing on the stick of that 70 shot. And a shot in, and a great save by McCormick. That shot made by Zara Henry. To the far side, and Kristen McCann puts it towards the net and just bounces off the far side post. Heather Deering picks it up but can't get it out. Zara Henry putting it back towards the net, right out in the slot zone. Maintains control behind the net, takes a half a lap, shoots it towards the net, and a save by McCormick. Looks like she got a piece of it. Sheila Keene is going to try to clear the zone, and it does get to the neutral zone. Blade watches Heather Deering trying to take a skate with it, but it's turned around the other way. Here's Kristen McCann. Misses on the far side. Shot in on the near side there by Ruth McAllister, but it bounces off the goalpost. Another shot in by Janice Lappens, and that misses on the near side. That's 70 shot, having a bunch of chances here, or a bunch of shots here in the opening frame, and we still haven't had our first whistle yet, 2.5 minutes in. Into the neutral zone. Back in Zara Henry, but she's by herself, surrounded by all the pink sweaters. She'll put it in on net, but that misses on the far side. Another shot in by that 70s shot. We'll have 70 shots in this game at the rate we're going. That'll lift over into the near side corner. Janice Lappens is going to go get it for that 70 shot right out in front for Brittany Henry, but she can't maintain control of the puck. And out comes Blade watches Kelsey Dano. Into that 70 shot end, but it'll go right behind the goal line. Ladies in pink try to get it out in front. They'll look at the options. That 70 shot taking the puck away, and it will come out to the neutral zone. It'll be a foot race. That 70 shots, Brittany Henry gets to it first. Fires and misses on the near side. Loses an edge as she does that. What a great effort there to get to that puck first and make a shot in on net. Just misses McCormick. Taylor Skelton will chase after that puck behind the goal line for Blade Watch, trying to get out in front while Blade Watch is on a couple of line changes. That 70 shot holds on to the puck and will get it out of their own end. It will trickle past that blue line. Deacon around Skelton. Great job there by Bryn Varco. Bryn Varco with the shot and a cover up, and we're finally going to get a first whistle here. Cover up by McCormick. 6:04 remaining in the first period. We're just getting going here, 4 minutes in. Oh, face off to the right of McCormick. Zara Henry on the face off for that 70 shot. Blade Watch momentarily takes control. Here come that 70 shot, trying a backhand. Nice shot in there by Nikan Beitohali. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Beitohali. Back behind the net. Blade Watch is going to go get it and see if they can't clear the zone. It'll come out to the slot, and Sheila Keene. She'll slide it forward for Skelton. She's going to hold on to that. No, she won't come across that line onside. She'll have to tag and then come across with it. That 70 shot, stealing it away. Zara Henry taking a turn back in her own end. Passing off to Ruth McAllister, but just off the end of her stick. Skelton's going to try to turn it around for Blade Watch. It does come around, and here's Sheila Keene. Waiting for some more pink sweaters to arrive. Here they come. Shot through and scores. I believe that was Andrea Kretz coming off the bench. Blade Watch will take a 1-0 lead just at the halfway point. Face off back at center ice. Now up 1-0 for Blade Watch. That 70 shot's going to want to get an equalizer as quickly as possible. Marianne Lobazu moving it forward for that 70 shot. Right back on to Heather Deering for Blade Watch, and back in that 70 shot, end of the rink. Janice Lappens trying to get it out. He'll come all the way back to Blade Watch's end. In comes Kelsey Dano for Blade Watch, trying to get it out in front into the slot area. It'll go behind the net. Marianne Lobazu trying to intercept. They'll battle for it here on the near side corner. Back out to the line for Katie Deering. And back and play behind the net. That 70 shot off the far side boards, trying to clear the zone, and they will now. 2-on-1 developing here. Do they have enough speed? They got to wait to come in onside, and they do. They can't quite maintain control of that puck, so Blade Watch coming back the other way. 1-on-1 now. That's Nikki Hinksman. Out on the doorstep, that 70 shot with the puck. Gets it out, but just past Skelton. She can't hang on. Nikon Beitali back in her own end and forward. Sheila Keane holding onto it at the blue line, setting it behind the goal. They'll battle for it here in the near side corner. It does get out. Zara Henry taking it for a skate, puts it in on net, but it misses on the far side. That 70 shot will have to kind of regroup. Intercepted by Blade Watch in the slot area. They're going to bring it through the neutral zone. Andrea Kretz trying the backhand. Takes a half a lap right out in front to her teammate Tiffany Mann, but she can't get the shot off. Zara Henry trying to collect that with her stick, can't skate away with it. Nicole Clark now passes it up to Zara Henry. She's still by herself. Puts it in on net and a glove stop. Tries to get the rebound in, but McCormick is ready for that. 2:20 remaining in the first period. 1-0. Blade Watch. Face off to the left of McCormick. That 70 shot trying to hold on to that puck and work it towards the net. Blade Watch having other ideas. They'll battle for it on the far side. It'll come down to Taylor Skelton here in the near side corner. And Blade Watch is going to clear the zone. It'll come all the way down. Maybe not enough for icing. Marianne Lobazu is going to turn it around. Back out into the neutral zone. Right past everybody, including Cheryl Craig. And behind the goal line. Katie Deering. She's going to take that puck for a skate. She'll backhand it out. Held on to at the line by that 70 shot. All the way back down, and that will be icing. .133 remaining in the first period. 1-0 Blade Watch. Have a face-off to the right of McCormick here in the Blade Watch end. Brittany Henry on the draw for that 70 shot. Right out in front, Bryn Varco couldn't get a stick on her. She may have had an opportunity in on net. Kelsey Dano trying to put it back down in that 70s shot and remains in the neutral zone. Back to the 70s shot defense. Cheryl Craig for Blade Watch gets it back with the backhand in the neutral zone, but that 70s shot brings it right back in. Blade Watch gets it to the neutral zone. Picked up again by that 70 shot and back in play on the Blade Watch end. Andrea Kretz taking a turn. Looking for a team out in front, but that's intercepted by Ruth McAllister. All the way back to Nicole Clark for that 70 shot. She'll bounce it off the boards. Looks like it was about to land on McAllister's stick. That 70 shot couldn't hold on to the puck and bring it into the Blade Watch end. Blade Watch coming back the other way. That's Heather Deering. Right out in front here for Henry. Henry saved by McCormick. Great shot in by Henry. There's two Henrys on the ice here for that 70 shot, Zara and Brittany. Zara, number 14, making that shot. And that will do it here for the first period. I'll get set up here for period number 2, and I'll see if I can show you that goal. Or did I miss it? I missed it. I didn't hit my capsule fast enough. Sorry about that, guys. It's a new feature that I'm trying, so I have to remember to hit that button when a goal happens. So I do apologize for that. But what a great view of the rink, right? Just a quick reminder, tomorrow at 4:30, it's Stranger Ranks taking on Puck Dynasty, and at 6:30, it's Sticks in the City taking on Jurassic Puck. Looks like we're all set here for period number 2, and the goaltenders will exchange in. Once again, 1-0 for Blade Watch. On the face-off dot looks to be Zara Henry for that 70 shot. And Sheila Keene for Blade Watch. And we're set to go here for period number 2. That 70 shot will pick it up right away. That's Marianne Lobazu. Turning it around, sending it back to her D partner. Intercepted rather quickly by Sheila Keene, but she can't get over that blue line. Now here's Taylor Skelton for Blade Watch. Right back out in the slot. And at the red line here for Nikon Betoali. I'm gonna have to ask for pronunciation on that. Miss B. Maybe I'll call her Miss B for now. 9:25 remaining in the second period. Sheila Keene on the draw here for Blade Watch. Right to Miss B at the blue line. At 70 shots, Marianne Lobazu brings it in, looking for a centering pass. Puck will exchange a couple of different blades here. That 70 shot holding on to it inside the blue line. Bryn Varco handing it off to Brittany Henry. Back out to the blue line for Marianne Lobazu. Goes by Miss B into the far side corner. That 70 shot holding on to it behind the goal line. It'll sit there for a second. Katie Deering trying to get it out for Blade Watch. Lobazu towards the net. Pad save by McCormick. They'll battle for it in the near side corner and throw it to the other side for Taylor Skelton. Skelton fans on her first pass attempt, but still holds on to that puck. Bryn Varco holds the line for that 70 shot. It'll come right out to Mann for Blade Watch, but she can't maintain control of that puck. Kind of hands it off to Lobazu. Another fan attempt. That was Janice Lappins. And the puck will remain in that 70 shot end. Another shot in on net. And a save by Perfect. All the way back to the Blade Watch defense. Blade Watch as Katie Deering sends it down. Back into the neutral zone. Deering sends it forward. Katie Dowling. Oh my goodness, up to Heather Deering. I'm going to get that straight. Up into the neutral zone. Kelsey Dano off to Deering. That's Heather Deering, 14, not 4. Deering off the far side boards, cuts to the middle, looking for her teammate to get a shot in. At the blue line, shot through by Andrea Kurtz. That's deflected and blocked by that 70 shot, and they're going to skate away with it. Backhand goes up and over and sails just off the plexiglass to the far side. Ruth McAllister trying to hand it off to Zara Henry. Back and forth over the blue line. They were offside there for a quick second, but that 70 shot bringing it right back in. Zara Henry. That 70 shot trying to hold on, but Blade Watch as Andrea Kretz is going to go for a skate. Again, our player to watch. She'll shoot it in and a great blocker save by Perfect. Sheila King now trying to get towards the net. It'll go up and down and right into Perfect's glove, and we'll have a stoppage in play here. 5:56 remaining in the second period. 1-0. Blade Watch. Okay, 4. No, 5. Okay. I'm trying to learn 10 different sets of rosters here, so you guys are being really patient as I am going to get names wrong now and then until I get a full grasp on all of the names on the rosters. Held on to at the line. That's Katie Dowling, setting it down behind the goal line. Back out in front for that 70 shot as they try to clear the zone. Held on to by Cheryl Craig at the blue line. Far side and up and over. Blade Watch still in possession. Kretz trying to weave her way through. Can't get the shot off, and it will escape the zone. At 70 shot. Brings it in. Looking to feed Bryn Varco, but she's a couple of strides back and doesn't get there quick enough. Far side corner for Kretz. Hands it off to Skelton. Skelton ships it and gets it to the neutral zone. She's all by herself over the blue line, trying to work around the defense. Shot through, and it gets past Perfect. And Blade Watch will take a 2-goal advantage. Face off back at center ice. That 70 shot now down by 2. Trying to weave around. That was Marianne Lobazu. Another shot in on net and a cover up there by the netminder. 4:31 remaining in the second period. And a face off to the right of Perfect. She hasn't been overly busy. She has had the 2 goals scored on her. In fact, I think that McCormick's been the busier of the 2 goalies, but she's been standing tall and not letting anything past her. Play continues here in the second period, still in the shots. 70s, that 70 shot end. Into neutral zone, and Blade Watch is going to turn it around. No. Craig gets it over the red line. Brittany Henry putting it back and back into that 70 shot. End of the rink. Marianne Lobazu putting it forward. Here's a shot in by Henry. Saved by McCormick. Play continues. Good effort by Henry. Zara Henry back in possession of the puck. Slides it out to her teammate out in front. Kristen McCann asks for the puck. It slides off the end of her stick before she can get a shot off. Andrea Kretz back on the ice, skating through the neutral zone with some speed. trying to deke around the defense. She does on the short side. Still with the puck, trying to get it out in front for Kelsey Dano. And a shot in and a save by Parfect. 3:10 remaining. Have a face-off to the left of Parfect. Sheila Keen on the draw for Blade Watch. Won by Blade Watch. Craig throwing it in. Here's Andrea Kretz. Oh, it's, Katie Dowling holding on to it. Right out in front for Sheila Keen. Poked aside by that 70 shot off the plexiglass. Can that 70 shot clear the zone? Yes, they can. All the way down. Will that be icing? Yes, it will. 2:45 remaining in period 2. Another face-off here to the right of Parfect. Won by Blade Watch. Andrea Kretz holding the line. Trying to hand it off to Mann. That 70 shot takes it around the back of their own net. Dowling holding the line, trying to hand it off to Skelton. Sheila Keen finds it behind the goal line. Back to Skelton on the far side. Playing catch there behind the goal line. Trying to get it out in front for Mann, doesn't work, and the puck will escape the zone and come all the way back for Dowling. Dowling turning around. Andrea Kretz is going to come help her out as both of those ladies hit the deck. Both number 5s. And looks like we're going to have a penalty call. Yes, it's going to be interference. It's going to go against that 70 shot. So Blade Watch is going to have a power play here with over 2 minutes to go in the second. Number 5, Miss B for that 70 shot, taking the infraction. Once again, Sheila Keen on the face-off for Blade Watch. Blade Watch now on the power play. That 70 shot trying to clear the zone after the draw. And they will do that. It will come all the way back to McCormick. Kretz, with some speed, gets back to the puck rather quickly. Comes out right in front for that 70 shot. Puck sits there with the rebound, but McCormick covers it up. Great opportunity shorthanded for that 70 shot to get on the board. Face off here to the right of McCormick. Puck sits there under the official's feet, but Taylor Skelton gets a hold of it and clears it out. Shot in from the blue line, misses on the near side and into the corner. Marianne Lobazou on the short side puts it through the net, and a save there by McCormick. Face off to the right of McCormick. It's going to be Zara Henry on the draw for that 70 shot. That 70 shot has it. Right out in front, loose puck. No blue lady in front to tap it in. But the puck still remains in the Blade Watch end. Andrea Kretz now in possession, and she will skate it out with some speed, getting around that 70 shot defense, but she's stopped as soon as she crosses the blue line. Back to the Blade Watch defense. Tiffany Mann can't hold on to it, and it comes back to the neutral zone. Up to Sheila Keen. She can't hold on. Ruth McAllister for that 70 shot. Hands it off for Janice Lappin. She brings it into the zone, cuts to the middle, fires, and what a great save there by McCormick. Keeping it 2-0. Have a face-off here to the right of McCormick. Play continues here in the final 30 seconds of the second period. Safe by McCormick as it came right in under her pad. That 70 shot doing as much as they can to hold on to that puck in the Blade Watch end. Final 15 seconds. Heather Deering trying to get it out. It'll clear the zone now as Kelsey Dano gets a stick on it, and that will likely do it here for the second period. Get set up here for the third and final period. Let's have a look at that goal. Blade Watch coming back the other end on the far side, shot in, and it just trickles under the netminder, making it 2-0. One more quick reminder here between second and third period. Tomorrow, the 4:30 game is Stranger Rinks against Puck Dynasty, and the 6:30 game, Sticks in the City taking on Jurassic Puck. This one is game 18 of the regular season. Again, you can find all the schedules on the website. It's Guelph Summer Hockey, guelphsummerhockey.com. And hey, if you're watching and you're interested in getting involved, by all means, visit the site. The GWSHL also has 3-on-3, and that runs in the spring, and then currently running in the spring, and then it runs again in the fall and the winter. And that takes place over at the Zone, which is a much smaller rink than this one. All right, we'll get set up here for the third and final period. On the face-off dot looks to be Brittany Henry for that 70 shot. And for Blade Watch, it's going to be Kelsey Dano. Here we go, third and final frame. That 70 shot's only down by 2, and a 2-goal deficit can be erased rather quickly. I love how hockey momentum can shift rapidly, you never know. Nice shot in there by Nikki Hinksman for Blade Watch, and a great save by Perfect. Off the far side boards as Blade Watch trying to get another opportunity in. That 70 shot wants to clear the zone, and they do, but get to the neutral zone. Blade Watch bringing it right back in. Puck is moving around quite a bit here in the third period. Cheryl Craig getting it to the neutral zone for Blade Watch, and back into that 70 shot end of the rink. Quick shot up, and that's going to go the distance. That should be icing. Icing waved off, I guess. Craig behind the goal line looking for Dowling. Right out in front. Oh, the music came on too quick. Heather Deering shooting it forward. Blade Watch will just dump it. Heather Deering will skate for it, looking to pass it out in front for Dano, but that 70 shot's going to collect that puck. Can't get over that blue line though. Varco turning it around. They'll bring it in now. What a great deke there by Nicole Clark, trying to skate through 2 pink sweaters. She gets to the net. Tries to do it short side, and a save by McCormick. .8:23 here remaining in the third and final frame. Face off to the left of McCormick. That 70 shot in possession. Quick shot in and a save. So we'll set up and do it all over again in the same face-off dot. Back to the same defenseman for that 70 shot. It's Marianne Lobazou. Blade Watch now in possession. Right back to the defense. Another shot through by Lobazu. Just misses. You can hear the tink on the near side post. That close to getting on the board for that 70 shot. Marianne Lobazu behind the goal line in her own end. Sheila Keene gets a stick on it, so it couldn't get to her teammate Henry. Now Andrea Kretz in possession for Blade Watch. Right on to Lobazu. Lobazu into that 70 shot, and the ladies in blue bringing it back the other way. Need to try to hold on to it inside that blue line. Blade Watch is gonna send it out. In comes Sheila Keene. Hands it off to Taylor Skelton right out in front all by herself. Shot in and a great save by Perfect. You can see how Perfect won the most valuable goaltender award last year. She stopped some great shots here in this game, even though it is 2-0 in favor of Blade Watch. Tiffany Mann for Blade Watch brings it back into that 70 shot, and Perfect's gonna leave it for her defense. It's Janice Lappens. Take it for a skate and out. Miss B brings it across that blue line, puts it towards the net. Goes up and over there and lands behind the net. Right out in front, here comes that 70 shot. Pass, backhand. Henry trying to dig around for it. McCormick's got it under the glove. What a great effort there by that 70 shot. Passing that puck around and jumping on the rebounds right in front of McCormick. McCormick just too quick with the glove. All right, Brittany Henry on the draw for that 70 shot. As the ladies in blue want to get on the board here. Certainly isn't from a lack of effort here. Here's Jessica Vella. Going around the backside, trying to tuck it in the short side. Doesn't work, comes back to the near side corner. Vella trying to get it out in front again. Blade Watch is going to get a hold of it. That 70 shot holds the line. It's Bryn Varco. What an effort by Bryn Varco to hold that puck inside the zone. Right out in front. Brittany Henry too far behind it and couldn't get a shot on it. That'll come the distance. That should be icing as it crosses that goal line, and it is. 5:49 remaining in the third period. Still 2-0 in favor of Blade Watch. Face off to the left of McCormick. We're just about at the halfway point of the third period. That 70 shot. Doing all they can to put pucks on the net in the Blade Watch end. The puck has spent a lot of time down at this end of the rink. Here comes Andrea Kretz pricking it up as she crosses the blue line. She puts it in on net, and that just goes to the near side corner with speed by Kretz down the near side. Jessica Vella back to her defense partner and out. Back towards Kelsey Dano, but by her and back onto that 70s shot defense. Skelton puts it back in play in that 70 shot end. That 70 shot off the near side boards. Back to Katie Dowling. Reclaiming it is Bryn Varco. She'll bring it right back into the zone and has her pocket picked and can't get the shot off. Taylor Skelton passing it up to Keene. Keene can't find it. Back to Zara Henry here for that 70 shot. She brings it in the zone, cuts towards the middle, shoots, and what a save by McCormick. What an offensive effort here by that 70 shot here in the last couple of minutes. They bring it in again. That's Marianne Lobazu. Out in front again. That 70 shot doing all they can to get sticks on that puck to get a shot in. Right back to that 70 shot defense. Making a turn. That's Janice Lappens. Reclaiming it is Blade Watch. Skelton handing it off to Keene, but it goes by her. Wasn't looking for the pass. Janice Lappin's behind her net. Forward into the neutral zone as that 70 shot is all by themselves. There's Zara Henry. Backhand scores. What a great goal. And that 70 shot is on the board. You just know that the effort had to be rewarded at some point in time. They were maintaining control of that puck, putting it in on net. Finally paid off, 2-1. Back at center ice after the draw. Kretz moving it forward. That 70 shot now within one. Nikki Hintzman for Blade Watch, trying to get it around in front. That 70 shot, finding the puck and poking it aside. Kretz putting it back towards the net. That 70 shot, holding on to that puck as they exit the zone. Janice Lappin's fires it through and it goes to the far side corner. That 70 shot now with the momentum. They want to see if they can't get an equalizer here. Now wait, was that no goal? It's not on the board. Puck was at center ice. They put a face-off at center ice, so it must be 2-1. Blade Watch. Can't clear it over that line. In comes Vela, deking around, trying to hand it off to a teammate. Too many pink sweaters in front, but she reclaims that puck on the other side, and it will get out. 2.5 minutes to go in period number 3. Shot in by Nicole Clark and a save by McCormick. So that 70 shot really wants to tie this game up. Andrea Kretz coming down. She'll get around McAllister, cuts to the middle. She'll fire, but that hits the near side post. So no goal. Skelton puts it in on net, but that misses on the near side and goes around the back side to the far side of the far side boards. Sheila Keane off to Skelton. Skelton fires, save, short side trying to deke it in is Keane. Doesn't work and we'll have a face-off here. Oops, I didn't hit my clock. There we go. Face off to the right of Perfect. Backhand to the far side corner. That 70 shot. Trying to clear it out of their own end, and they do. Here's Zara Henry. Oh, she loses an edge as she enters the zone. Blade Watch is going to collect that puck before Henry gets too far. That's tough break. Right back out to neutral zone. Blade Watch is going to take it for a skate. That's Tiffany Mann, but it's turned around the other way by that 70 shot. In comes Nicole Clark. Slot. Tries the backhand, and it goes off the far side post. Just past it. Zara Henry holding the line. About to enter our final minute of play. Shot in, a save by McCormick. .108 remaining in period number 3. Now the goal's on the board. 2-1 in favor of Blade Watch. We'll have a look at that goal here as soon as time expires. Puck sits there for a second. That 70 shot holds the line. Shot in from the point. Hits the shin guard, so it's going to escape the zone. Final minute of play. Here comes Kelsey Dano. She'll miss on the near side. Right over for Hinksman, and she'll miss on the far side. Trying to stick it in past that post, but Perfect's got that post sealed up. Kretz from the blue line. Blade Watch all over that 70 shot here in the final minute of play. Perfect is going to put a glove on it. 35 seconds here remaining in the third period. Kelsey down to take the face-off for Blade Watch. I'll have to look at my statistics, and I think that is the first goal against for McCormick. I'll have to look. Blade Watch trying to hold on to that puck, and that 70 shot in, right back to the defense. Final 15 seconds here in the third period. Marianne Lobazu gets into the neutral zone, gets it past Kretz. That 70 shot can't get another shot off here before time expires. And this game is going to end 2-1 in favor of Blade Watch. Let's have a look at that last goal. And they come across the blue line. What a great effort there to get it past McCormick, and they will score. That's awesome. So this game's going to end 2-1. Again, don't forget, I am back tomorrow. 4:30, Stranger Rinks against Puck Dynasty. 6:30, Sticks in the City and Jurassic Puck. Once again, my name is Cheryl Gilroy. Thank you so much for joining me this evening for this 6:30 game between Blade Watch and that 70 shot. Looking forward to seeing you guys back here again tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.